Get ready for action, because the Detroit Tigers are heading to the Big Apple to face off against the New York Mets in Game 42. We break down the matchup between right-hander Jack Flaherty and right-hander Freddie Peralta and see if the Kitties can make a big splash on the road tonight.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
The New York Mets are desperately looking for a savior, calling up top prospect Ewing to try and pull themselves out of their nightmare season. We look at what scouts are seeing about this 21-year-old center fielder and what it means for the team's immediate future. But the Mets farm system is facing a serious reckoning. We examine why former top prospects like Francisco Alvarez, Brett Baty, and Mark Vientos are struggling to live up to their potential, and what this means for manager Carlos Mendoza's lineup. The pressure is on in Queens as the Mets try to rebuild, and we need to see if these young players can deliver. Don't miss a second of the action. Subscribe now and upgrade to go ad-free. The Detroit Tigers begin the second half of their 6-game road trip on Tuesday night with a matchup against the New York Mets at Citi Field in Queens. The team has struggled recently, dropping 6 of their last 10 games, which has placed them in a tie for third place in the American League Central, behind the Kansas City Royals. The Chicago White Sox hold a half-game lead over both the Tigers and the Minnesota Twins. For the Tigers, right-hander Jack Flaherty will take the mound. He is the only member of the starting pitching rotation who has not been injured or suspended this season. Flaherty's previous outing resulted in a loss, allowing 4 runs over 5 innings. This marks his first time facing the Mets, with his last encounter being before the COVID-19 pandemic against the St. Louis Cardinals. Opposing him is right-hander Freddie Peralta, who has been an innings eater this season with solid overall statistics. While it has been some time since Peralta last pitched against Detroit, he is expected to be a strong presence. The matchup pits Flaherty with a 5.56 ERA against Peralta, who boasts a 3.12 ERA. The game is scheduled for 7:10 p.m. ET. This contest is a critical juncture for the Tigers as they navigate their challenging stretch in the American League Central. New York Mets are actively promoting top prospect Ewing, drawing significant attention from scouts regarding his potential for the team. According to reports from SNY, there is considerable buzz surrounding Ewing's performance and prospects within the organization. This promotion signals the Mets' high hopes for the young player, positioning him as a key future asset. Analysts and scouts are closely monitoring Ewing's development, evaluating his skills and trajectory to determine his readiness for the major leagues. The focus on Ewing underscores the Mets' strategy to build their future roster around high-potential talent, making his current standing a major talking point in baseball circles. The New York Mets are pursuing a high-stakes gamble as they seek a savior for their struggling season. In a desperate move to change the trajectory of their performance, the team has called up 21-year-old outfielder prospect Ewing. According to Will Salmon of The Athletic, Ewing is the organization's premier position player prospect in the minor leagues, primarily playing center field. Ewing, a left-handed batter, has shown solid development in the lower minors, hitting .349 in AA before moving up to AAA, where he recorded a .326 average. Originally selected in the 4th round of the 2023 draft as the 134th overall pick, Ewing is recognized for his speed and his knack for hitting for contact. Recent reports indicate that Ewing is demonstrating elite defensive skills in center field, while also developing increased power. The call-up comes as the Mets find themselves at the bottom of the standings, currently sitting at 15 wins and 25 losses. Compounding their woes are multiple injuries, including that of starting center fielder Luis Robert Jr. Following a difficult 12-game losing streak last month, the team has been exploring unconventional strategies to break their slump. While the season remains uncertain, the promotion of Ewing offers a potential positive focus for local fans amid the team's current struggles. The New York Mets are facing a critical juncture as several former top prospects have failed to meet expectations, putting increased pressure on the team to develop young talent for sustained success. Despite the farm system showing significant improvement, jumping from number 13 to number 7 in the MLB pipeline since the start of 2024, the on-field performance of these players has been disappointing. The team's overall underperformance, coupled with the absence of star shortstop Francisco Lindor, has highlighted the need for these prospects to perform at the major league level. As of May 11th, the Mets are one of only 2 teams in the National League without a hitter reaching at least 20 runs batted in RBI. Furthermore, key players expected to achieve this milestone have missed significant portions of the young season. Francisco Lindor was sidelined in late April with a calf injury, while outfielder Juan Soto missed nearly 3 weeks, and Jorge Polanco has not been fully healthy. Luis Robert Jr. also missed time since late April with a back injury. The performance of the top hitters in New York's order has also been inconsistent, with the top 5 hitters having shared the lineup only 6 times in 35 games. Add to this the struggles of Jard Young, who declined while developing in a utility role, and Ronnie Mauricio, who fractured his thumb while serving as Lindor's replacement, and the team's overall struggles on the field and injury front. The situation is challenging. President of Baseball Operations David Stearns planned to retool the team this winter focused on the expected performance of young infielders. Following his injury, Mauricio was given a runway to establish himself at his natural position, but struggled, hitting just 7 for 32 with 12 strikeouts. With Mauricio sidelined, the Mets must readjust. Offensively, several key prospects have struggled to replicate their previous success. Mark Vientos, who showed promise in 2024 with 27 home runs and in .837 OPS, has not matched those heights, hitting just .233 last season and continuing to underperform. While Vientos is positioned as a logical replacement for Pete Alonso at first base, he has not demonstrated the ability to sustain success over a full season. Brett Baty, who had a strong breakout last year and was expected to serve as a super utility man, has seen mixed results. While he improved his hitting and defense in the second half of 2025, he has yet to find consistent playing time or production, hitting just .207 with a .586 ops. Francisco Alvarez, the most highly touted recent prospect, was expected to replicate his strong performance from last season, finishing with a 121 ops plus. However, Alvarez has not replicated that early season success, hitting just .236 with a .696 ops through 36 games. Despite these setbacks, there are signs of improvement. Vientos has shown a better swing recently, hitting 13 for 54 over his last 15 games with a .768 OPS. Alvarez's struggles appear to be an early season slump rather than a fundamental issue. However, Baty's inability to control at-bats is a concern, with his chase rate increasing to 28.7% this year, despite maintaining strong bat speed. With management committing to these young players, the path forward hinges on immediate production. While it is unlikely that Vientos, Alvarez, and Baty will all become complete failures, the Mets need these prospects to start delivering results to reverse the team's current struggles.